After a week or so of trying, Tommy was really working on the team. When a piece of train track was broken, Tommy fixed it himself. So Father didn't have to fix it, or spend money buying new track. Don't you think that's a good way to help your father? And show him how much you appreciate all he does for you? And see how neat Tommy's room is. Tommy's gotten in the habit of picking things up and putting them away. And it makes him proud when Mother doesn't have to do any work in his room. Isn't that a good way to help your mother and show her how much you appreciate all she does for you?
This is the way to start out a Monday. Huh?
Uh-huh. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm not great.
No.
I'm not bad. I'm okay.
That's okay. That's all you have to be. That's all you have to be. Okay, Andy. Okay is okay.
Okay, well, let me think about it more. Part 2. How are you?
I'm okay. I don't know how you ended that bit properly, so.
Everything is, I thought I'd stop watching the news. I don't know, and here's my thing. Anything that I would say that is bothering me sounds so mundane and sounds like everything I've ever said bothers me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what to say about it. I think I don't have anything new to report on it.
It's the Burbank firm, isn't it?
Well, you know what? I did realize I was watching, and the other one, we give such short shrift to the other commercial.
You need a level.
That commercial, first of all, they shoot it from the reverse. I don't think you realize they shoot it, and then the picture's not there, so they must be shooting the reverse angle of those two.
Uh-huh.
So, that's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
You need this. Do you think...
You need a lawyer, and you need a level.
Do you think there's like genius level commercials because they stick in your mind?
Well, there's something to that.
Is there really?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you would do you like in the Burbank firm commercials how the Apple, and that's like that must be some kind of, I don't know how they do it. They must use some kind of special effects. But all of a sudden the apple that was in the kitchen is now with the Burbank firm guy. He's got an apple.
That's right. It's like the orange in The Godfather. It's a symbol of death.
I don't remember the orange.
All right. Well, next time you watch The Godfather, notice every time an orange comes up.
Oh. Is there one near the cannolis? Take the cannolis.
I don't think there is one there, no, but there's probably one soon before that.
Here's me auditioning for The Godfather. Leave the gun. Take the cannolis.
Huh?
Huh? Mr. Scorsese, I wanted to say that you're not directing this movie. I'm sorry. Mr. Coppola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Idiot. I'm hitting myself in the head during the audition.
I felt that, yeah.
Idiot. Stupid.
Thank you. Bring in Ron Palillo now.
He's dead, nevertheless.
Well,
beep, 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 beep.
This is 1974 this fantasy is taking place in.
Oh, okay. You know what? All of a sudden in my mind switched to what I thought about the Super Bowl. And there's not
really.
This is stupid.
Let's go with it. Why not? We weren't really anywhere good.
Well, because I wanted Buffalo to win because I kind of like them, but yeah. I liked it. I like that Kansas City. I was pulling for them.
It's hard to dislike the Kansas City Chiefs right now, I gotta say, unless you actually care about another team. In which case,
And I don't even like the national anthem, but they killed it. They did something with it. They had Hendrix came out.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I actually did get a moment of that and went, yeah, I remember I was just saying how I don't like the Hendrix one even all that much.
And so that's cool. I'm rooting for, and I'm not rooting for the team that Tom Brady's with.
No, it's hard to. It's hard to on a lot of levels. It's Tom Brady. Hard to root for. I'm not sure
Right.
why he's that hard. I actually find him easier to root for in Tampa Bay than I do in Patriotville.
Well, he has end racism now on his helmet, at least.
Does he? Well, that's good.
Yeah. Is that for in case Trump watches, ladies and gentlemen?
It's better.
the
It's
idea?
better than the racism yes and sticker.
That's a bad improv sticker. No, I can't agree with you. So we're all racist. So, okay, and see, so we're all racist. I feel racist today. Yes, and I also hate religions.
Yes.
Boy, do I hate the Jews today. Oh, my God. I've never been more anti-Semitic. How are you, friend?
I'm great, Mr. Himmler.
Oh, yeah. You know the Holocaust didn't happen. End scene.
That's yes.
End scene.
That's yes und.
Hey, they arrested the Auschwitz, Camp Auschwitz shirt. Oh, let me get
I
this
think
straight,
they got
Josh.
the guy too.
Hey, you cheered me up. I'm back, baby. Hey, let me ask you. Oh, he's the bad guy? He didn't come up with the term
No,
work hard and...
he just logged on to their site and paid with it with his Hate Pal account.
Is the word...
His Hate Pal account, ladies and gentlemen.
I was so focused on my next joke. My Hate Pal account. Oh, now you threw me off my game.
It's okay. I needed my space.
Okay, now you people, you accept that camp is a word, right?
Sure.
Nothing wrong with camp,
No
right?
problem. Yeah, a lot of
Did
people,
Auschwitz-
good memories of camp.
Auschwitz is not a place?
And then what?
I'm just, there's words. Are words hurting you now, sir? Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying? I love to see the right-wingers.
Words make you free.
Words make you free. Oh, my God. I can and can't get enough. I can't get enough of the new footages that they keep coming up with. You know, where Trump says, storm the Capitol, then the people kind of go, yeah, let's go now.
Let's go. Let's do some sedition.
Let's hang Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence.
Who wants to sedate with me?
Hey, if it was bad, if it was so bad, would it be a word that ends with ITION? Huh?
Huh?
It's a professional word.
Would it rhyme with contrition?
I like Nikki Haley. Boy, she really, you know what I'm saying? She's coming in. She's coming into that moderate. Oh, my God.
What did she do? I didn't miss her.
Oh,
I missed
she
her
just was
cameo
like-
today.
Won't they let him alone already? That's her thing.
Oh, okay.
Can't the man relax?
Sure.
And Marco Rubio, I don't even think he has the latest generation AirPod Pros. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's slinging those big chopsticks. I don't know, that sounded vaguely racist.
Yeah, pretty much. But it is kind of their shape, so I could defend you in court.
Right. Well, he was also not Asian. Had he been Asian,
Right.
it would have been, yeah, that guy from Hawaii, a lady from Hawaii with the chopstick speaker.
Yeah, that I would have my firm back away from.
That you had the flag. Could you sense me in your area today?
When you texted me and said I have the thing, yeah.
No, but you can't feel the nervous energy in the air.
No, we already had plenty of nervous energy in the house today.
What happened? Oh, this will be good. This could be shot.
It's not good. It's not Schadenfreude. It's Clyde. It's young Clyde. His back went out again, and it's sad. And
Oh
he's
no!
pathetic. Yeah.
I'm sorry. This was a long time though since he last did.
He had a good stretch, about a year and a half stretch. Yeah.
So what do we have to do now?
Now he's on the meds. He's on the steroids and the painkillers. And he sits there, and when you look at him like you might want him to move, he starts shaking.
Well, because moving is I forgot what it is.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's back. He can't move very well.
Man.
And he's not a tough guy. But, so so it's going to be probably a couple of weeks of Clyde tending.
Oh, and stopping him from running around when it starts getting better.
Exactly.
You have to have a good talk with him.
Exactly.
That's no good. No good at all.
Nope.
You love doggies.
I love them so much. But let's talk about the dog success story.
Yes. Hotch is out.
Hotch is home. Hot thanks to so many Thought Spiraler donations. Hotch is paid for. And Hotch was teetering on the edge there, and Hotch now has a clear airway and food pipe.
That's so good. That is so good.
So
was everything successful?
Yeah, apparently everything is all good.
That's unbelievable.
I'll do a follow-up appointment later this week.
Oh, man. We are, in many, many, many ways, changing the world.
Exactly.
Changing the world.
Exactly. One chihuahua at a time.
Achi. Hey, what does that mean? Chihuahua. What does that mean? The chihuahua?
It means, hey, small dog.
Hey, chihuahua. When I was younger, the commercials were so much more, they were inclusive. They had the Frandito, Bandito. It was like all races were accepted.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm taking the stereotype of a Mexican stealing, but he's only stealing your Fritos. Hey, how many Fritos did you take? I don't really understand how you insult people from Mexico that much. So obviously, I don't know why
You're not very good
at
it. Yeah.
Why do I go into a font? Hey, we got a couple of Mexicans over here.
I'm racist Amundo.
Hey, Richie, check out my new. Is that what his name is, Richie?
Yeah, it was good. I thought you were going to just keep going.
Hey, Potsy.
Uh-huh.
Why is your name? Is that your first name or your last name? Hey, Scott Bale. Later on, you're going to be a complete asshole. Well, I guess he was back then too.
Maybe not as a kid.
No, he seemed cute as a kid.
Sure.
And what? I don't understand. What happens to these kids? They had too much. He was too good looking as a young kid that he had to go Nazi. I'm drunk, I think. Yeah. I'm not even drunk. I'm just drunk as a person now. You're sloppy. Hey, you'll do the podcast with me Wednesday as long as I'm not sloppy drunk.
That's right. We have a pact.
Well, because, last Friday night, I had a couple of nights last week, we had wine.
Yeah.
And I was saying, why? This is something I could get into.
Sure.
I'm into the part of my life where I used to never want to go down. No down, no down. Give me some up. Yeah. Now
it's.
What am I rushing to?
Exactly. There's nowhere to be up to.
No. I mean, and there's such good news. A lot of people are going to, they're worried about mutations. I hear mutation, I say, bring it on. Josh.
You're tired, you're poor, you're COVID variants yearning to breathe free.
It's all going to tell me it's all going to be okay, because I'm really starting to think now that this quarantine.
You're over the Biden bump already?
I love all the things Jen Kirkman tweets about everything.
Yeah.
I think she was riding with Biden, or I don't know what she was doing. There's nobody out there tweeting, get him. And they're not like that. I mean, they're only going, yes, you got him this time, Joe. I mean, he's not that kind of politician that he's going to excite you.
No, we don't want that, do we?
No. I am so happy. I'm so happy, but I'm still nervous about everything. I don't know. I feel like I thought that the COVID would end this year, but the mutations are starting. When they start saying all these new variants.
Yeah.
I got nothing. All right. Somebody should punch me. What if I punch myself in the balls just once?
Sure.
You ready?
Or somewhere where it'll actually hurt.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm not that stupid. Oh, of course. No. No. Oh, God. Okay, now look. Tell me something right now from your soul or something mundane that you've learned you didn't learn. Tell me the last time you're outside your house besides the doggy.
Besides the doggy.
Oh, well, that's it. That's the story.
I went grocery shopping yesterday.
I can't even believe you do that.
I do.
I have my second assistant do that.
Yeah, well, that's why she's calling in COVID-ish now.
COVID-ish. Hey, doctor, I'm calling about my results. COVID-ish? COVID? Do I have COVID or don't have COVID? COVID-ish? I am really entertaining myself. I really think
you were all pouty at the beginning. It was only 16 minutes ago.
I know, because I don't know what it is that I think that I think I need to bring to the table something to the podcast. And then the only thing I really don't need to bring to the table is the constant yammering about what I'm going to say next or what you're going to say next. Right. Or do we have anything to say next?
Yeah.
Everything else about the podcast is, yeah, that bothers me. The endless yammering and you know what it covers up? It's the silence. It's the moments of silence where it's like if there's more than 2 seconds of silence, I have that Robin Williams sinking feeling things are not going to be okay.
But here's what you always have to know. There will never be more than 2 seconds of silence in the podcast.
Oh, because you can edit it down.
Yeah. That's just good editing.
I hear a lot of people listen to it five times fast speed.
In fact, only when you refer to the pause do I have to leave some of it in.
Oh, right. You know what? I could change on a dime. I could be. This is me now. Oh, I finished watching the Queen's Gambit, and that was very enjoyable.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
It seemed like it was made well, but I didn't get into it in the 11 minutes I watched it.
You watched the whole thing in 11 minutes?
No, Allison was watching it, and I sat and I watched about 11 minutes, and I went on my way.
Oh, there's nothing. So this is about. Well, I have a list of things I could get into.
Yeah.
I tend to get locked in. For example, you have Criterion and stuff like that, but I tend to get locked in. It's like I get locked into if I say locked in one more time, I swear to God, I hope I die now. I hope I die.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying this time. I wish the best thing that could happen to me right now would be to keel over and die. You could do one wrap-up episode.
That's right. I'd probably get by with a few weeks of best ofs.
Best ofs.
And then I'd have to.
Then you have.
Then I'd have to break
search.
the news. Yeah.
And then you have a new search for your new. Hey, and then people say, nobody can replace that asshole. That's what I want to say. First time, long time. You're better off without him, Josh. I like when people do elaborate things with us, like Dan Wade. I don't know what he's doing, but he's going somewhere with it, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dan Wade, Josh Weinstein's my favorite. Is my favorite writer. Andy Kindler's my favorite writer. You mean you're not on Twitter all day long like me?
I kind of am.
Why don't you take that over to Hate Pal like that?
Yeah.
Hate Pal. You know what's bad though, Josh? I don't miss performing.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't miss it literally at all.
No, I mean I'm missing it less as time goes on.
Yeah, no.
I'm not getting an itch down deep.
Well, no, but the thing is it's a weird phenomenon because not missing performing in front of people almost makes you feel like a better person.
I think it does. I think we've made a breakthrough.
It feels more like healing, and that's probably not that good.
But you know what I'm saying? Like this could be what stops global warming is everybody just agrees that 95% of what they were doing made no sense.
But here's the thing is I realized my process of coming to this was really over the last couple of years of really starting to dislike audiences.
Okay. So I mean like
there was just more and more MAGA energy in audiences.
I never thought about that.
There were times where I would go, I don't even want to be fucking entertaining this room full of people.
Well, when people first started talking about how are you going to go out there? What are you going to do if there's? I assumed I would never have to perform for someone who was a Trump fan. That was never.
Well, but here's the thing. I mean, people, you actually have fans. First of all, this isn't me being self-pitying. I just don't. If I'm working at a club, the people who are coming, we're coming to the club anyway.
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah. Well, do you still like stand-up when you do it? Well, we haven't done it.
I don't know. It's been a year. It's been a year since I've done it. So.
Can you believe it's been? It doesn't seem. Well, it's not quite a year.
Well, I think it is for me. I don't remember my February sets.
I remember the last time I went on the road. It was at the North. It was at Vancouver, some kind of festival up there.
Yeah. No, I don't miss it. I mean, and I'm sure I'll find reasons to perform, but at this point, I have no intention of pursuing stand-up anymore.
I didn't know. This is news to me.
Yeah.
Well, you're telling me now.
Yeah, I mean, and by that I mean, pursuing it. I might do an Acme week, but I don't have an act. I neither can remember my old act, nor have I replaced it with a new act.
Well,
and I need to make some money and go back and write some TV and, be around people for a while.
This is going to take off, though. How about this? This is taking off.
Right, get it to take off, and I'll reconsider.
What do you mean? Well, look at all the work I've done so far. I've scoured the. I'm on. You did
plug in the new cable I got you.
I know that's pretty good. Also, I got what's that thing? Email Chimp. I got Email Chimp or something.
MailChimp.
eChimp. Why do I think it's funny to mispronounce something?
It's not.
It's not. I'm not making the argument for it.
I mean,
but why do I go back to the same?
There are times where you can be. I thought Hate Pal was funny.
Well, that was very funny. That's a joke.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. No, but I'm not that far away from that thing where you grow up into your parents and you just say the name of a store as you're going by it.
Well, you are that old.
I don't think
you are that old. You can make the choice not to be that guy, just like your favorite commercials.
I'm not. Wouldn't you say I'm young, middle age?
No, you're a young 64, but you're not young.
No. Don't you see me? I could. The thing is, I could be married to a 27-year-old lady.
You could, not a satisfied one.
Why do you think? I'm talking to Irene Chester, who's a friend of my mom's, and I'm telling her that my mom passed, and she's 93.
Yeah.
And she starts talking about, she's saying you men die young. Her argument is the men always die before the wife.
Right.
Which I don't think is technically true.
Well, it is true. Men have a shorter life expectancy.
You should have seen the look on my face as I realized I didn't know what I was talking about. Oh, God.
And as the old joke goes, why do Jewish men die before their wives?
I know this one, but you deliver it.
Because they want to.
You hear that, ladies? So, what was I saying?
No, you're not old.
I know, but... Oh, what was I in the middle of? Fuck me. It was good. Things were going well. I had a leg up on the competition. Something about getting old.
Right, exactly.
But what was it, though, getting old?
You were talking to Irene Chester, for fuck's sake.
Yes, okay, so I said Irene Chester. Thank you. You could have remembered it. You were just torturing me. You're going to torture me when I have dementia. What day is it, Andy?
You just said that.
Wednesday? Wrong again. Hey, Andy, what day is it again? He's wrong again, nurse. 8 times in a row.
No lunch today.
So Irene Chester, she says, the men die early. And then I say, well, you got to start, you should start dating younger men, and then I say to her, try someone in their 60s. And I'm like, What am I coming on to Irene Chester now? What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing?
I really need to adjust.
And she seemed nervous about it. You know what I mean?
Probably not. I don't think Irene can work that fast anymore.
And then I always say the wrong thing. I say, "Are you living in assisted living?" I guess you should never say that to anybody.
No, that comes right after, "Are you pregnant?"
So she says, so of course I realize it's the wrong thing to say. But so she goes, "No, I live in a golf club. What's going on? What's happening?" Is she trying to say things are better for her than me?
It's not assisted living. She has a caddy.
That's assisted. That's not assisted. Well, Irene Chester was married to Harry Chester, who was one of my dad's friends, and Harry Chester was partners with Harvey Kurtzman.
Ah.
And that...
But he died early.
Harvey Kurtzman did, yes.
So,
and Harry, too. And Harry died 5 years ago.
Yeah, before the wife. It always goes that way.
Hey, Harriet, weren't you... Irene, this is what I did when I was a kid. I could not understand... Here's the two things I couldn't get in my head. I couldn't understand that it was Irene and Harry.
Yeah.
I kept going Irene and Harriet. Irene and Harriet.
Ah.
And that... and I could not say Aunt Ann Roberta. Hi, Aunt Ann Roberta. It's Aunt Roberta or nothing.
I don't understand that one.
Her name is Ann Roberta.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to call her, "Hi, Aunt Ann Roberta."
Who the fuck is named Ann Roberta and sticks with it their whole life?
I know, that's so terrible. What a horrible... No wonder she was miserable.
How about A-Rob? Hey, A-Rob.
She must have hated the name Ann. How much did she hate that fucking name Ann? That she stuck Roberta on. It must have been her middle name.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But my father didn't even have a middle name.
Oh, really?
Because but I told you the story, which you probably would laugh at, that his mother told him that he had told her when he was a small child he didn't want to celebrate his birthday.
Yeah.
That's not true. Right?
It might have been true, but, who the fuck holds a kid to that?
My grandmother did.
Yeah.
Happily.
Yeah. Yeah, well, of course it's happily.
Oh, she was a piece of work, my grandmother. I'll tell you that. On my father's side. The other one was also a big problem, but she was dead early. Dead!
Yeah. Well, that's the nicest thing she could have done, huh?
Oh, God. You know what? This is why family is so much fun.
Right.
Okay. Sorry about that. So all the times when we would try to call each other, it was just that faulty cord. I don't know why I said that. It wasn't that faulty cord. It was a million things that were going on. You know what's nice about this new cord? It blinks.
Yes.
How much should I put that on my tab?
Sure.
Take that out of the half of my... What's our current total in the stores?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that right out there.
Hey, do we have anything new in the works, like pen and paper sets, ashtrays, chopsticks with our name on it?
I don't know. Feel free to fucking do something.
Hey. Hey, Andy, why don't you go fuck yourself? Fuck you very much, Andy. Thank you. Okay, now I'm deathly afraid. I went to the 32 minutes. I'm deathly afraid. There's nothing going on conversation-wise. There's no reason why conversation-wise you would continue it unless you're looking for one of those outs.
I like an out. I do like a good out.
You look like, to make the old man look like an idiot. That's all you care about.
Yeah?
That's all you care about.
That's my best thing.
No, but you can't now because I'm all over it. If you hung up on me now, you'd look like the idiot.
All right.
I can't take it. I kill me. Someone, this is the way I want to be on my last, if I ever executed. Just get it over with. And I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it.
Why can't you?
Because I feel as if it would be wrong if you do it.
It's wrong if you do it.
It's what?
If you do it, you're a bad person.
That makes me want to really end it.
Yeah, well.
Now there's no fun in it. Now you just win.
Okay. Well,
why don't we just Andy,
let's just settle on the fact that you've disappointed everybody.
How about now?
You're good?
Yeah.
All right.
I panic. Look, the good thing is I panic.
That's good.
Yeah. How are you? How are you? Why am I winded?
I don't know.
I know why I'm winded. I know why I'm winded. Well, I panic about that, and I also try and not be even 1 minute late winded me.
Really?
There's always something I forget.
Yeah.
Like the headphone. You'd think somebody would get another reason why I shouldn't be in the cockpit.
Maybe you should get a dedicated pod set of headphones.
I mean, did I just leave in my laptop dangling like some fish out of water? Huh?
No, just right by it.
Yeah, you got Kindler again. How do you feel? How's it feel?
Familiar.
Well, did you watch any TV? How are you feeling, by the way?
I'm feeling fine.
I don't think you are. You're hiding from me. What's the matter? What's the matter? What happened?
He pushed me in the water. Mash.
Why are you at a pool?
Huh?
Why are you at a pool?
It wasn't. It was a pond.
Oh, when was this? You made the whole thing up.
It's a MASH episode.
Hey, how is there any slight improvement in Mr. Clyde?
There is, in fact, a slight improvement in Mr. Clyde, I would say.
Doesn't that make you happy?
It makes me happier than no improvement, for sure. I'd be happier with more improvement.
And you said, I think you said the other night that the thing that's amazing is he's a lion. He's a lion, Clyde. Nothing affects him.
Yeah. No, you're thinking
His bravery.
he's the Bert Lahr kind of lion.
I spit in your face. I spit in your face. Back problems. And how is Lucky? Has Lucky said anything about me?
Lucky is like, it just feels lighter around here this year.
What?
Yeah.
That's not what. 2 years. 2 years. Going on the second year. Peace and quiet.
Yeah, it is almost. I wonder what was our first. I'll have to go back and look what our first remote show was.
Probably at the end of
February.
No, wasn't it when I came back after my sister died? You like the song? I'm working on it.
That's when we took a week off.
Yes, I understand. But I never went to your house again after that.
No?
Don't be upset. I love your house.
I am. I'm terribly upset.
I'm the guy. I literally could win an award of the quickest way to take things the wrong way. Fast.
Except you'd be offended by the award.
Oh, why would you give this to me? I'm totally reasonable. This is outrageous. Hey, can I ask you a question? How many show notes? How many show notes do we have?
How many? What was that?
Show notes.
Show notes? What is
How long
it?
you been doing a podcast for, Admiral?
What are we calling show notes?
The music I used between bumper 1 and bumper 2 was from As the World Turns. That Andy was talking about. Here's a picture of his
like a breakdown
mother.
is what you're talking about.
I almost said dead mother, but I did say it, in fact. You like a breakdown? No, it's also like anything else that would help them to complete the podcast experience.
Well, there's After Spiral.
What is that exactly?
That's the After Spiral show that I host.
I can't believe it. And I never get cast as as a threatening guy. Don't you dare tell me that, Josh.
I have famous people on to talk about the show.
Do they try and get behind? They try to figure out what's wrong with me.
They're on my side generally.
Who isn't?
True enough.
Oh, wait a second. You're supposed to go. A lot of people are on your side, Andy.
No, that's for your wife. That's for your wife to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she's not.
I know it's not her bag. But.
She didn't get the. She didn't get the memo. She's not. I'll tell you what she's not doing. Glad handing me.
Yeah.
She gives me the straight dope.
Right. It's a tough love situation.
Who needs the straight dope?
I want the curvy dope.
Oh, come here, Andy. You look so good. Oh, you sweaty? Oh, you look good. How old are you?
Did you grow?
No. I mean shrink. I meant shrink. You're shorter. And you know they say people that people don't smell when they get old? They're wrong. I want people to know that I smell. If anybody ever had to get next to me, I can't get next to you. I smell so good. Yeah. I am like a young man.
There's barely any decay in the air.
Stop it. The decay that I have, the only decay that I'm not taking care of, is I looked inside and my teeth were moving around the other night.
Oh, no.
So, you know what I mean? I'm not going to no dentist.
No. I actually might soon go to the dentist.
Me too. No, I can't. I'm too old. Too old, my friend.
But not old enough, unfortunately.
To get, I know. That's the rub. That is the rub.
Well, I got burned too, because you're at 64 and it's at 65, and they said, okay, next year is 50, and I'm 49. So.
Oh, this is the year, and I am going to get on your ass. I'm going to ride your aging all the way to the goal line. I mean, to the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I had something to tell you that may or may not be interesting to you, and maybe you've said it to me, but Weinstein, this guy. I was listening to a podcast. He says the German, if it's Weinstein, it's a it comes from the German, and Weinstein comes from Russian. Does that make any sense?
It does make sense, but at a certain point, it's just how you pronounce it.
Yes, because
I should definitely, my family should lean Russian.
Right. Oh, you think they do? You think they do?
But no, they do. That's genetically, that's where I come from.
Oh, you think they do. I get it. What if you find out, I really am afraid I'm going to find out I'm Hitler's cousin or the Jew in the camp who turned something. My tree cannot be fruitful.
Well, I think you've pretty much cut yourself off.
What do you mean?
There ain't no fruit coming from your branch.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
Yeah, well.
It's not, by the way, you can have a completely soft penis that never gets hard, even when it's glued to something.
This wasn't about your ability to procreate. This was about whether or not you procreated.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going back to my penis again.
No.
Well, that's true. Well, that's true. But going backwards, isn't that what the whole thing is about anyway with the ancestry? There's no going forwards. That would be good. But I don't want to, I'm not looking forward to, I kind of am curious. I know I'm not going to have a thing like Ben Affleck had, right?
Yeah, you're operating at about Carl Reiner level this week, by the way.
I'm willing to accept that. I can't argue with it. He's right. I would say 87, 88. Okay. Okay. Maybe that much.
I'll give you mid-80s.
He's almost all there. Come on. That is a great bit. So I did find this podcast I really liked. It's about, what's the name of it?
I don't care. I'm sorry.
What?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
I said I don't care.
Why? Why would you?
And then I laughed.
Why would you laugh like that? Why?
Because.
Why? You feel better now?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. It's called I Don't Speak German.
Yeah.
It's the name of the podcast, and it follows all of these right-wing people. Well, I call them right-wing people. All these people have bothered me over the years. Sam Harris, all these people. And this guy reads every single thing by these people and finds their most horrible things.
Wow, and it sounds like it's like tailored for you, this podcast.
It is, because like the first one I'm listening to is about, do you remember when the guy at Evergreen State University claimed that I don't even know. If you don't remember it, it's so ridiculously specific. But it was a whole big to-do, and it ended up on right-wing shows. But this guy, when you tried to find out about it, there's no way to find out about it. Now, this is the podcast for it. I don't speak German. Tom Metzger, who do you like? Who do you want to hear from that was horrible?
How far back does it go?
Okay. I think they go all the way. Well, I don't know. I've just found it.
Yeah.
Name somebody, though.
Lester Maddox.
No. Okay, but they start, I'll just read you some of the things. Richard Spencer is the first one.
Uh-huh.
David Duke.
Yeah.
Then there's the Unite the Right protest was that Charlottesville?
Yeah, I think so.
And then some of these names I really don't know, but I've wanted to know who they are. Like the guy from Gavin McInnes and the Proud Boys.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I always get so mad because I know what they're doing.
It's kind of like a K-Tel commercial of hate. Gavin McInnes of the Proud Boys. Sam Harris.
Funny cars. The one about Sam Harris is called Sam Harris is not a Nazi, because what happens is when you question all these people's stuff, they say, are you calling me a Nazi? So they're saying he is not a Nazi. And they're making that very clear. But I'm hoping that I will find more unpleasant. You already can find unpleasant things from Sam Harris, but this could be the gold mine. This could be Eureka.
Yeah, that sounds
what?
Awful, I guess.
Oh.
It sounds awful, and it sounds like it's going to half-arm you with factoids that you will clumsily deploy in angry rants.
No, I think that's a step forward for me that half the time I just find someone else who's angry and I retweet them and then let them deal with it.
All right.
That's what I'm doing. But you can't count on me to be. I like the fact that I like it. That's all I care about.
Yeah,
I needed a new batch of podcasts.
That in and of itself is healthy. I'm just saying, you could come to the same conclusion with crack.
Well, on some of the things, if I'm amazed how much the people I was so alone. I was like, oh, only I care. Oh, a lot of people hate these people. A lot of people hate these right-wing.
Yeah, it's really good when people who hate people join up.
Well, but these people are more like Southern Poverty Law Center. They're doing a service.
Yeah.
The one
Not
guy
to you.
Well, then that. What do you mean? You think it's going to be bad for me? I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you because I think when you start to get behind,
I think you're just going anger hunting in a world where there's plenty getting delivered to your door.
Well, and then the other one is, Vice had has a 3-part thing about QAnon. Did you watch that?
No.
Do you watch Vice at all?
Sometimes.
I think Vice is pretty good. I mean, I know they can be a little shock value-y.
Yeah.
But I like what they do. I like what they do over there. They got a nice outfit.
I got nothing.
There.
I got nothing against Vice. I got nothing but love for Vice.
Vice does a good job. You know what? God bless them over there.
God bless the boys at Vice.
Vice. All right. Look, a couple of things on Vice. Have you seen it?
See, I've seen it. I don't watch it like a religion.
Okay. Well, I do. I dress as a rabbi and I eat Havila. Susan pointed out that there can't be good baked goods at Cantor's because there's no dairy there.
What are you talking about?
Because I couldn't figure out why a friend of mine, Jaime, who I love, and I give him, and we exchange gifts every year. I mean, I give him cash, and he's at the mailbox. He brings me every year knedlich soup, the matzo ball soup from Cantor's, and he brings me a whole bunch of their sweets.
Yeah,
not good.
No, but that's not because they're kosher.
But why not?
They're not a kosher deli.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've had cheese on my sandwiches.
Oh, well, then they really, what's their excuse?
They're Jewish.
It is hard to make good Jewish desserts. I mean, that's not our forte.
No.
Right?
No. I mean, think about halva. It's just sweet sand.
Oh, what I like is baklava. Sweet sand. Sweet sand. What's your feeling about Havila? Well, if you like sweet, gritty sand, it's a good dessert.
Dive in. Chisel yourself off a hunk.
Do you like something you can never get off your teeth? Then you should try that. But there are good rugelach.
It's like a picnic on the beach that ruins itself.
But rugelach, they say, is good if you get it at the right area.
Yeah, rugelach are probably the best.
Why do you have to correct me? Because you went to that Hebrew school so long?
Yeah, just hearing rugelach kind of hurt my ears.
Well, yeah, because don't blame me that your mom and dad, who you claimed were so perfect, then they sent you over to Hebrew school. I'm more angry. I could see where I'm not really angry. I'm playing it being angry, but I could see if I ever blew one day, it'd be bad.
Yeah. No, yeah. I've seen it a couple of times. It ain't pretty.
What? Now, come on. Don't tell these nice people that there's a dark Andy. Dark Andy.
Even I have to hide.
I don't get angry at my penis when I get angry. I'm not that stupid.
That's news to me.
Look, I am not. This is the last time that I am participating in this little puppet act between us, all right? You can answer as my penis, but I will not respond after it.
Hey, just like me, not responding. I sent him silent.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I am so glad I'm not single, because I don't think I'd be dating that well.
Not a lot of second ones.
Ladies. Sorry, ladies. In general. That's an old joke of mine. Don't even try it. What? Okay. Josh, get a hold of yourself. All right? Are you okay now? Are you going to talk like a normal human being or not?
It's too bad you can't do stand-up because Ladies and Germs would actually be accurate finally.
Ladies and Germs. Todd Barry made fun of me because the joke I thought was a good joke, but it did sound like I wrote it like from vaudeville where I said that my dad, sometimes didn't make me feel so good about my intelligence. He bought me Einstein for Dummies. I think I should have asked you how to make it work.
Yeah. It's such a straight line. It made me laugh.
Well, because you know that Einstein was a figure that my father would compare himself to.
Right.
And then say, I'm no Einstein, and then, just leave the conclusion.
But the joke would be like, he bought me Carrot Top for Dummies.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'll use that. Maybe not Carrot Top, maybe a field or something. Right.
It could be, no, it has to be someone stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
For Dummies. The Three Stooges for Dummies.
Dr. Seuss for Dummies.
No, but Dr. Seuss is clever, though. Kids don't get him. All of a sudden now, I'm rejecting your line.
You're the guy who went with Einstein.
Yeah. Einstein is evergreen. State University where that teacher Brett Weinstein taught. 65 degrees. Every once in a while, it just seems like it's in that 65 degrees register.
Yeah.
For me. You went last on Monday when we were talking, Josh. I think you went about 10 minutes, or maybe it was last week. I don't remember. But you went 10, 15 minutes talking like a DJ.
I actually went about 2 minutes, Andy.
I think you're right, but this kind of a thing feels longer.
I know. It kind of stretches out. That's how you get through the time shift every time.
It's the middle of the seventh inning. 1, 2, 3, take me. All right.
Enjoy the beefy, rich taste of Farmer John's summer sausage.
He thought talking about his penis when he was 60 would be a funny idea.
Anything but.
What are we, the hackiest hacks on Hack Street?
We'll be back with the hackiest hacks on Hack Street right after this word from our favorite sponsor, Farmer John.
Farmer John, hey, if it's summer, get some goddamn food into you.
By the way, speaking of bad impressions, I've decided I'm deplatforming Mike Lindell.
You're who?
I'm deplatforming Mike Lindell from our show.
Because, it's just, it's enough for
It's enough.
Him, right?
It's time for him to go to the patented fill of history.
I almost, for a second, felt bad for him, but then I was like, what are you doing, Andy? What are you doing? But it's so pathetic what happened. Yeah, but you don't want it. He wants you to root for him. This guy's the worst in the world. I bet he can't come back from this.
When did you start feeling bad? When he went from the poison peddling to the sedition peddling? Or was it?
I don't know. I don't feel bad for him is really what it is.
Yeah. You just don't want to lose your Twitter account.
Well, it's just that when someone's that bumbling.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the others. I hear many of the people who work for him are from his home state of Minnesota.
Yeah, that may be.
Is he going to go belly up? Oh, that would be good.
It would be so awesome if he did.
Let's work on our liberal pillow right now. Our liberal pillow will make it 20% Tempur-Pedic. Do you know why I don't like Tempur-Pedic, though? You know why I don't like it, Josh?
Because it makes you keep your temper? I don't know.
No, because you wake up, you go, oh, you got one of these.
Andy, I'm telling you, I'm deplatforming him.
Oh, okay. Goodbye. Can we do a goodbye song to him? Goodbye, Mike Lindell. You should go to hell.
I'm going to wash that man right out of our show.
This fucking guy who sold a second-rate fucking pillow. All he had to do was keep his mouth shut. Right?
Yeah.
Keep his yap shut. And he's like, he doesn't get that an establishment like Bed Bath & Beyond does not want to be associated with his sedition. And get a special sedition Get 2 for 1 this week on our Sedition Pillow special. Okay. Goodbye, Mike Lindell.
I can't. I'm not going to jump in. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, you're deep. No, but you're not going to even say farewell.
Nope.
May your neck. So now, don't you feel sad? That was the biggest thing. Look at the big things that came out of Minnesota. You had Jesse the Body Ventura.
Uh-huh.
You had Mike Lindell.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of anything. You had the, where the women are this and the guys are like that.
Uh-huh.
That guy.
Yeah. Oh, and also your God.
What are you talking about? Oh my God. I just got a pain in my heart there.
You bet you did, piece of shit.
Yeah, because you used to say, but maybe you were lying about that. I don't trust anything you said, Bob. And the fact that you've gotten angry.
I don't give a shit what you think.
Oh, you're angry. Oh, he's angry tonight. He's angry tonight. What, maybe if you thought about some of your old folk songs, where you really, you told the truth. Hattie McDaniel.
A bullet from the back of a bush took a measure of his blood.
Don't.
Oh, finger by the trigger to his name.
Leave. I didn't give a goddamn about any of those assholes. I knew where the money was. Okay, you're taking ownership of the thought spiral.
Georgia Sam could kiss my ass too.
What's his name?
Georgia Sam.
Who's he?
He had a bloody nose. Welfare department wouldn't give him no clothes. He asked Poor Howard, where can I go? Howard said, there's only one place I know. Sam said, tell me quick, son, I gotta run. And so on.
And so on. Look, you're Bob Dylan. Nobody should be happier than you. There's no reason for you to be bitter. Well, that's not true. I guess you're old. How old are you, Bob?
I am 79 years old.
Well, you can't die because you're one of my heroes, and it can't happen.
I'm going to outlive you. I'll bury you.
No, well, don't make me wish you're going to die, mean Bob Dylan.
I will bury you and your Kindler.
My brother told me this joke. His brother was worse. Do you know that one?
No.
No. It's about the funeral for the worst person in the world, but everybody shows up to make sure he's dead. And does anybody have anything else to say about him? His brother was worse.
Yes. It's a Jew joke.
It's a Jew joke. Hi, I'm Andy Kindler. I'm one kind of Jew.
You know it's a Jew joke because a grudge could be a punchline.
And the Jew got home, and he was still angry.
I have to, but you?
And the Jew turned to his wife and said, I've been washing my hands for 12 hours. I don't think they're really clean. I think you've gone from Jew to OCD and a little bit of Regis.
So I hit it with a shovel.
I hit it with a shoe. I hit it with a shoe. A big meat axe.
You gave me a Lucia ball cough.
Ooh, I have been having clean reception till right now. I heard a high-pitched thing.
Yeah, everything all right now?
It's okay now, but last week was rough. Oh, I gotta tell you.
Hey.
Oh. Hey, how are you? How's it going? I'm Bob Hope. I'm Jimmy Durante. Why don't we just do that?
I'm Bob running out of shit to say hope.
Hey, I'm Norton from that show. Hey, Ruffy boy. Hey, I'm the guy from the Flintstones. You stole it. I'm still from the Flintstones. Who are you? Somebody who does Jackie Gleason for a living. I did it for 25 years. Never felt bad. Who was that guy?
Alan Reed?
Oh, I didn't know you knew.
Yeah. And you know who was Barney?
No.
Mel Blanc.
Oh, wow. You know what? How mad were they at Mel Blanc in those days? He couldn't throw someone a goddamn bone. He had to play every role.
Yes.
Is this bit good? I'll work on it if you think it's good.
I think it's good.
Who else is famous from back in the old days? Nobody, right?
Dawes Butler?
I don't know that, but I should know. I should know that. How about women's voices? Mel Blanc didn't do women's. Well, they didn't have women in cartoons back then. They knew what to do.
June Foray?
Oh, Fiore?
Foray.
Oh, I don't know who these people are. Here's the thing. Why don't I just let go of being a man of knowledge? I'm not a man of knowledge. It's not going to kick in now. Why do I offer one wrong fact instead of just keeping my mouth shut?
Literally spell it out wrong for you.
So who was I thinking? I was thinking of Chuck Fiore.
Sure you were.
Oh, Josh, I'm a little tired because I've had to carry the whole show tonight, but I want to still say,
Yeah.
Here's what I plan to do is towards the end of every episode of our show, I'm just going to drop the idea that, another night where I showed up and you didn't, that kind of thing.
And I'll just go, his brother was worse.
Yes. Good evening.
Good afternoon, my friend.
No. I told you pretend it was evening.
I will not put on a conceit for you.
I told you I have a great bit, though. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, my brother was fatally killed today. It's a prank.
All right, we'll just let that sit there.
Oh. God, that's the only time in my life I've ever wished I could edit so I would get that fucking opening out of there.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying get it out of there, but burn it.
Okay, well, PayPal me.
PayPal me. Oh, I had something to tell you. I had an opening thing. What could it have been? Oh, I was going to ask you. It's not an opening thing. Stupid. Do you think the fact that other cord that we were using was so long, this cord's shorter? I would think that might be better. Why there's less noise?
Andy?
What?
No.
Can we talk about it off pod?
We can.
No, you won't. Do you really want to talk about it off pod?
No,
I don't.
No, I just don't want to talk about it on pod.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think it was an inferior cord, and I supplied you with a better one now.
And my other question, and again, we could talk about this off pod, is should I throw it in the garbage or do you want it back?
You can throw it away.
Thank you. And folks, I just want to say to the listener, I know how you feel, and that I know many people feel like, why don't I do stuff on my own time? Why am I many times a minute late? Why do I seem unprepared? Why do I do the same bits over and over again? Why? And I don't know. I just want to let you know, I do not know.
Okay. Well, there's a mystery to unravel.
That's right. That's another reason why people listen, because you never know what's going to. No, I'm sorry. I can't say that. You always know what's going to happen.
It's 4 years
Spiral.
of Kindler onion peeling.
Hey, are you looking for a podcast where you always know what's going to happen, but it's fun to see how it transpires?
Yes.
I love when the listeners would make fun of me crying. That's my favorite thing, I think. That's the most touching thing the listeners do.
Yeah. Because it means they think they're good enough friends with you.
And they are.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Everything sounds... I wrote this down on a piece of paper. Maybe I was talking to you. I wrote it Unsolved Sarcasm. So it's like a show.
Oh, is it?
If you
so
could
it'd
take
be
that.
like someone was sarcastic, but for no good reason.
That's right.
Okay. Can I take your order?
What? Next week. If you've seen this person, stay away from them. They're dangerous verbally.
Doctor, is it bad?
Do you think I'm going to die from this?
Oh, no.
No, it's cancer. How could you possibly die from it? Can you imagine how cruel that doctor is?
Is it me, Jesus?
Is it me, Jesus? Now, Mr. Swanson, come sit down here. You have lung cancer, as we suspected. Is it serious?
No, it's good.
It's good. Oh, would that we could really do that? What do you mean really do that, Andy?
We just did it.
No, we just did it. And you'd want to not really do it.
This was for people.
Yeah, it's for people. Keep it under the home fires. Did you get enough hashtags?
I don't know. I have to check.
No, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about to explain GameStop for the listeners.
Yeah, I saw a few of those come across my desk. Yes.
Well, I somewhat know what it means, but I don't fully know.
People love you not understanding has become a form of entertainment for people.
Did you try to explain to me what selling short meant before?
No, I think people imagined that me trying to explain a complex thing to you would be hilarity, which I can't say is a compliment to you. No,
it's not. It's not. It's not. But if you took it that I am playing the role of the first time listener who also is not able to put concepts together well, then we're all learning. We're all learning.
Right.
That's what I would like to say.
Yeah.
Now, I believe, Josh, that I somewhat know what selling short means, but it's still confusing me. So in other words, something that's high in price is going to go down in price. So do you buy it before it goes high in price, or what do you do?
What you do is say, okay, let's say, do you want the actual, me to try to explain all this?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say there's a company. There's Kindler Co.
Right.
Kindler Co. Makes in-your-face comedy. And because of the COVID, in-your-face comedy probably doesn't look good in the near-term future. So your fundamentals aren't good.
Oh, I see. I get it. Yeah.
So I'm an institutional investor. I see that Kindler Co.'s fundamentals aren't good. So I'm going to make a short play. And the way you do that is you go to somebody with Kindler Co. stock and you pay them a fee to borrow that stock from them. You're literally borrowing. I'm going to borrow 100 shares of Kindler Co. from them. And then what I do is I sell that stock for $100 a share. But I owe that 100 shares to that person of stock.
Right.
So if that stock goes down to 60, I then buy the stock to replace the ones I borrowed at 60, replace it, and then I keep the $40 difference.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So what happened with GameStop is they saw that these hedge funds were going short on GameStop, and they said, let's fuck with them. Let's buy GameStop and make it go up.
Ah.
So as soon as it starts going up, you're losing money if you're going short.
If you haven't done it in time, got rid of it or whatever.
Well, as soon as it goes up at all, you're losing money.
Even though you're borrowing it, you can say, can I give it back?
Yeah, because you have to replace. You've already sold it.
Okay, you're right. What's the borrowing part? Why do they borrow it? Why don't they
That's
just
the
buy
part
it?
that's like kind of shifty. But you're buying. It's a way for both parties to make money, essentially.
Oh, I see.
You're essentially selling imaginary stock when you do it.
I got it.
But you're covering the difference within the time frame. You know.
Are you buying it then for someone who's in a way in on it?
Well, I mean, I think, there is a psychology to if someone takes a big short position on a company,
right?
Other investors are going to go, well, what are they seeing? I better get out of this stock, in which case the price starts to go down and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
And on the flip side, the investor who borrowed the shares now has to replace them when the price is going up. So them buying all those shares causes the price to go up even more. So the people who are buying against it have now fucked the investors, and their fucking them has benefited you. So it's...
Yeah.
So what happened here was people outside the system, did this to an institutional investor. And there are times when institutional investors will do this to each other.
I see. Yeah. As a tactic?
As a tactic. And but they don't like it when regular retail investors come in and have some power. So once they saw that happening, Robinhood, the site that most of them were on, shut down their ability to buy this stock.
Which caused a little bit of a kerfuffle.
Yeah, which made them furious and sort of proved their point that the institutional investing game is fixed against the consumer,
Right, but the bad part of it is that there would be somebody who was holding that stock, just regular small person who wants to invest in the stock market, and they're losing because that stock now is almost worthless, right?
No, I mean, if it depends if they're paying attention. I mean, if they're just holding that stock, they've done great.
Oh, I see.
Because the price has gone up and up and up and up and up. The people who've gotten fucked so far are the people who went short. Now, eventually, that stock is going to come back to its real value, and someone's going to be holding those shares and get fucked. Right,
but there are some. Who are the people going to be holding those shares who got fucked, who are unsuspecting people who shouldn't have been screwed?
Well, I mean, there's people who have that in their portfolio and don't follow investing news.
Right, they're not following it. That's right.
Yeah.
That's, in other words, like a SAG or after.
Or there's going to be
Guild.
people who bought it too high and it's going to drop too fast.
Yes.
There are whoever got in at the end of it and didn't get out. They're holding.
Yeah, and then Elon Musk
some bag.
And then Elon Musk was all excited about it because why is he seems to be such a horrible human?
Yeah, he is both an icon and an iconoclast simultaneously.
Yeah. There's this whole thing where people go on Rogan and then that changes them somehow.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just that it feels so good to have that kind of, Trump too, when you have that kind of energy behind you.
Yeah.
Like people who act like they'll beat the shit out of people for you.
Right.
I'm sure there's got to be a good feeling about it.
But at one point, here's my thing, like a couple of years from now, Trump is going to go somewhere and it's like, we don't have any money for you. We have no money for you. It's going to, now maybe not, but I just get that feeling that, or maybe he'll be in jail before that.
Yeah. He could die too.
Don't get my hopes up. And I don't mean it is that I can't get in trouble for that one. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just saying if he should drop dead,
yeah,
I would not be sad at all. Wouldn't be sad.
Understood.
That's good?
Yeah, I think that's safe.
All right. But I can't trust you. You're editing the show.
Are you worried about a karmic lawsuit or an actual lawsuit?
Actual lawsuit.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Okay, good. And karmic lawsuits, believe me, if we have more than 1,500 people who heard the, you know what I'm saying? If I want to keep a family secret, I tell it on this podcast.
That's right.
Did I have too much energy for that?
He went into the witness relocation program. He signed with William Morris. Am I right?
Am I right, people? Hey, I'm incognito. I'm with Triad. That's not even a company. I meant to say Paradigm.
There you go. That's your go-to.
There was a Triad, I think, at some point.
I think there might still be, but I think it was a management firm.
Right. People know that I mean to be fun. People know I mean to be funny even when I'm not.
It's just showbiz-shaped jokes.
People like me as a personality. Not
he signed with Harry Goldberg. That's not a real person, but it feels like one. By the way, Andy, it's pronounced Space Lazar.
Well, you know what? I was liking things, but what did they... did that just come up on its own, or is there really a Jewish space laser?
It was a theory of Marjorie Taylor Nazi. That's how the fires were started by the Jewish space laser.
I'll tell you though, when she says, she goes right for it. Now look, you black people, you get 3 years old. And the black gang comes to your house, says you got to join. Don't blame that on Whitey. She's really, really good.
Yeah.
She's really, really good at, you could see how many of those before she tried to erase them, how many of those in my hotel room or whatever the hell, let me give you the real truth things.
Right.
But those people who voted for her I think are similarly awful people.
Yeah, sure.
Don't defend. No, they're not as bad as. I think if you just believe it and you don't beat people over the head.
Well, there's a lot. I don't know. There's a class. There must be a class of people who go, this person is horrible, but Democrats are worse.
That's what they do.
All of their political opinions are just based on that.
Well, there's been so much whataboutism over the years that those people really do believe that the people in Portland who are actually protesting for something, whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, I sound like somebody on TV now, but that's the same thing as a QAnon person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's left or right. The only thing on both sides that I do agree with are the extremes of both sides, where I'm not saying Dave Anthony is a Nazi. You heard me say he's not, right?
I did hear you say that. I'll edit it out because you said it nice and clean, but.
But Dave Anthony is somebody who's gotten more and more out, combined with anger. And some of those Bernie bros are very, very close to right-wing people, but maybe not as violent. And I'm not saying Dave Anthony's like that now.
Well, that's kind of the danger of the internet, one of many dangers, is that, in regular society, you can feel yourself leaving the pack.
Yeah, it's true.
You are physically on the fringe, But
yes,
but the more you move away from the mainstream on the internet, there's always someone there to greet you.
that's really true. And so you really think there's this community and it's safe and we're all saying the same stuff.
Yeah, someone is going to back me up no matter what limb I go out on, you know? And as long as I have that, I can take all the people attacking me. It's just a theory.
No, I think well, certainly also the when you withdraw, the other part of it is just like I could withdraw into my own anger and think I'm talking to my father when they or resolving with my father. When they withdraw into these separate things that are just based for a long time on the social media of the internet, I mean, I think it fucked me up. I'm not blaming it, but it's bent me out of shape. So you can imagine how these people could get so into some kind of I mean, I don't understand how they get into they drink the blood and then.
Because all of it is so
stuff.
fucking dehumanizing, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah. We're not humans.
No,
we're not
we're
humans.
accounts yelling at each other.
And then the both sidism says, yeah, but then if you say Marguerite Nazi Truman is bad, aren't you doing the same thing? Where's no, we're not unifying with the evil elements.
No, it's all score based, you know. You always have to score on the other side, you know.
Right, yes. So I can imagine that these people really, I mean, we live now in a world, and this is where I would never be one of those people like, oh, that guy murdered because he watched video games. But there is a thing where I think some people can't tell the difference between real life and the thing. You know, they're at this thing, they're going, let's walk down the street. I don't think they even realize that they've entered into a whole other reality. Except it does start with you have to believe that stuff. You have to be pretty hateful to begin with.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I think there's lots of things that lead to it. I think some of it is just, you know, you and I are people who have found ways to get attention in the world, you know?
Right.
And, you know, healthy or not. But, you know, I think there's a lot of people for whom it is intoxicating to be able to generate attention, where that's not necessarily what's happening in real life for them, you know?
Yeah, it inflates their importance. And
I mean, it certainly inflates people who are already getting attention and getting more, too, you know?
Yes. And they get heavily into this thing.
But I'm talking about the dangerous loner, you know,
right.
You know, who walks through the physical world fairly silently, but suddenly, you know, can get a lot of reaction when he types something shitty.
Yes. But even in my own, like I was telling I had a breakthrough with my therapist because I was saying a lot of times I'll hear a song and I'll say, everybody on Twitter needs to know about this song. So I say, well, listen to this song. And then nobody reacts. And I go, well, what am I, an idiot? But she was able to separate. She was saying she believed that my desire to get attention is kind of what made me a comic and overcame a lot of the stuff that was bad for me. So me going, you're an idiot, it's like me actually deciding I'm a terrible person because I told the one person about Cameo. I suppress. So I go, it is always bad to get attention. So I try to deny I want attention. She's saying it's good you want to communicate. It's good that you know. So for me, that was a real breakthrough because I was like, oh, because for me, my family was like, don't even act like you think you're good.
Right. Yeah.
You know, that was a crime. And I'm so scared. Like with that Cameo thing, I was like so scared to be perceived as someone who would.
I'm sorry.
But I'm so scared. And in fact, all of my problems in life always go to that polarity. I don't want to be seen as somebody that I will accuse, then I will accuse other people of doing. Right. I'm not an attention seeker.
Right.
Like James O'Keefe. So and that's from upbringing where you have no monitor to see how the Anyway, all I'm saying is that I try to police myself by just feeling shame and embarrassment instead of going, oh, that's fine. Yeah, good. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to have everybody wants to get attention. But these people, they've really bought into the whole, that guy who's with the spear, I think he thinks he's onto something.
The guy with the fur and the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Asquatch?
Did you call him Asquatch?
Yes.
I like that a lot. Oh, it's good. Asquatch. He's the guy yelling, too. He's the guy yelling in the upper level.
Yes, he's doing shamanic chants.
It's fun, though. Ultimately, this is all a lot of fun.
It's a lot of great fun.
Yeah. You know it, brother.
So I saw you retweeted this yesterday, but I just wanted to get the Stanley Tucci show. That's my... I don't think it's going to make me like Stanley Tucci more, Andy. I really don't.
Did you like what that guy said? When he said, you don't like when you're constantly chewing?
The sound of a man chewing and saying, this is the best pasta I ever ate.
That's so
I need CNN to assure me that if I'm going to invest in another travel show, that he comes out alive at the end.
Also, he seems to... See, he's a guy who does, I think, on one level, think very highly of himself.
You get that impression. You do. And
people are the Italian folk, the masses, they're delightful to him.
Yeah, and what I want to see is he clearly, I think he speaks fluent Italian too.
Of course.
So I want to see how they signal to each other that this guy's an asshole.
Oh, I would be so happy if some of that made it to the film because the guy who was editing it didn't speak Italian. Because at one point he says during one of the promos, this woman she's giving him wine through the window or something, and then she comes out in the street and he's like, and then she goes back to give him more wine. He goes, she goes, you again, you're back.
Right.
That's that type of thing.
Right.
She's back again. They love me. It's a little bit much, but what can you do?
She's back. Prego, prego.
Or when they're trying to tell him, Sashu, Stanley Tucci, that movie, and then he's like, as they're getting it that he's a huge star, that he also has a delightful time with that.
Sure.
Oh, that could be our new favorite show.
It might be. We'll see. All right, should we go to questions?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think we're going to miss a lot of questions since I already explained the whole short selling scene with you.
Hey, ladies and germs, how's everybody enjoying the pandemic, ladies and germs?
Perush. Hello.
Perush. That's very quick, Josh. I'm a space cadet. You open with a space cadet with that? Perush is on fire.
Perush says, Larry King, hello, R.I.P.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, hello, I died. I'm dead, hello.
Did you see my obit tweet for him?
No.
R.I.P. Larry King, a rare animal, the unprepared workaholic.
That exactly describes him. He couldn't stop. He had to have 40,000 shows. He must have needed the money for that last cable thing he was doing.
I don't know what he needed. He needed something in his veins.
For exactly what you're talking about, though. Well, not exactly that, but if you do listen to the Mark Maron interview with him, and you hear what a son of a bitch that guy is, and he's so full of himself, and he thinks he's the greatest. He's already mad at Mark because Mark was 2 minutes late. Hey, what are you doing there?
Yeah, no, you get the impression that he could just shift to mean so fucking quick.
And that he doesn't want to do that because he's not getting paid for that.
Yeah, no, he's well aware of what the Larry King image was.
But I I've told you a million times my favorite one about Don Rickles.
Like, imagine getting his soup wrong.
And what the fuck? Been coming to this goddamn shithole for 40 years? You don't put a fucking knedlich in my... No, but I did tell you about my Don Rickles coming on there and saying, and Larry King saying, Don Rickles, you're one of the best actors. Should I stop?
No.
Oh, Don Rickles is on the show. You're a lot of people know you're hilarious, but a lot of people don't know that also you're an excellent actor, and people are wondering, how come you haven't done more acting roles? And then Rickles says, Larry, you're a Jew. You're a Jew, Larry. You'll come down to Vegas when I'm playing and suck up the tablecloths through your nose because they're free. That, to me, was the best non sequitur I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Why are you... And also, he was a little bit angry because he wanted to be in more movies.
Yeah, I mean, there's no answer other than because I didn't get him.
Yeah. Larry, you're a Jew. You're a Jew, Larry. So I remember I love to watch Rickles and people on Larry King, but he really was consistently horrible.
Yeah, I mean, he was.
But I did watch his show for a few years.
Well, he had great guests always.
That's right. I looked forward to his show.
That was his thing.
God bless him, I say.
I mean, I have no beef with what he did, but it was it was just so fucking lazy,
That's why the tributes to me were kind of funny too. Like the tributes of the rest in peace or whatever, because Larry King, I'll never forget. If Marlon Brando was alive, maybe he could have written a heartfelt.
All right.
Larry, I love the way you kiss me on the lips. Good night, sweet prince.
Oh, that's a good Brando.
Good night, sweet king.
For the entire hour tonight, with Adolf Hitler, what's your question? What is your... And that was the other thing, when he would get so mad at people if they wouldn't ask a question. It was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You did talk radio forever. What? Don't have him call in.
He did it to them on the radio too.
That's right. He never saw it as talk radio that way. It was always ask a question for Burgess Meredith or whatever the hell he was doing.
Yes.
He won't be missed. He won't be missed. I'm sorry, go ahead.
He was one of those New York water truthers when it comes to bagels and pizza and stuff. He was like, he had the Brooklyn Bagel Company where they made Brooklyn water on site, with the... Whatever.
They're not bad bagels, but then it's not because of the thing that they're claiming.
They say it is.
They're okay. Ooh, that's something to move in on. Talk about selling short.
There you go.
He had a piece of that.
That's right. Jason Parton says, for the remainder of this episode, please refer to me as Noodles Garcia.
Hey, Noodles.
Andy said he listened to the first third of the last show, which by my count means he's up to almost 4/7 of an episode.
Well, Perush has the exact numbers on it.
Yeah, exactly. Do you remember Noodles Garcia?
No, I don't.
That's how I referred to you in that track with your sister.
But and you know what? When you said that, we've talked about this before, but that the guy whose name, Marty Levinstein, I think his name, but he used to say they call me Noodles, but no one ever called him Noodles.
Yeah.
But what was Noodles Garcia in reference to? You just said what it was.
Your guitar playing.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Noodles Garcia. I almost pulled the mic out of the thing. It's it's almost like a Jim Croce guitar with coked up. I'm all coked up.
Right. Yeah, his second guy. Yeah, his guy.
Here's what the lead I would compare it to, which is also a bad lead. Baby tomorrow, boo boo boo. Crystal Blue Persuasion, where the guy goes. Sorry.
That's all right.
Your ears okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I love you.
Now they're smiling.
They look less like cauliflower and more like tulips.
My cauliflower ears feel your ranch dressing voice.
Don't get me hot.
Tweet Bahara 3 says, Andy, are there more recordings of you and your sister? I'd love to buy an EP or a download or something to support the show.
Well, there is no need to do that, but as soon as I get off my ass and send my reel to reel, you're definitely going to hear her alone. And there's got to be more stuff. I just happened to find that on my thing. And then I put it on the computer. Boop, 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 boop. Backing up. Yes. So I will find it and discover it. But I don't need you to pay for it. Tweet. But thank you for tweet.
Yeah, we can put it on the show so everybody has to pay for it. Jimmy Calloway says, Gents, I've been listening to episodes I missed last year, and in Test Show 160 from June 8th, there was a bumper that was a band arguing amongst themselves in the studio. Who was that? Do you remember? Yeah, it was the Trogs.
Oh.
Singers of Wild Thing and Love Is All Around Us. They did as well.
Are they basically, would you say, 2-hit wonders, or they were also good?
I don't know if they were good. I mean, those are the only two songs I can think of. There was probably more that charted.
What were they arguing about?
They were in the studio. It's pretty funny. I can send you the track.
I'd like to hear that.
It's very Spinal Tap.
Where do you get these things
and
from?
I think speaking of Spinal Tap, I think Listen to What the Flower People Say. It was absolutely based on Love Is All Around Us.
I would say, if I had to pick my favorite moment of their music in the context of that movie, when it goes into the Flower People, it's so great.
Dan Waite says, hey guys, what's something you liked as a teenager that you're not so crazy about now? In high school, I'm ashamed to say I was really into Dave Barry. Dave Barry's not a bad one. I definitely thought there was something to him back then. Is he
like that guy from the New Yorker that everyone likes who's terrible, or was he funnier? Is he still pretty funny, but you got tired of him?
It's hard to say at this point.
I remember laughing at him too. I remember laughing at Joe Garagio.
Yeah, I think he's funnier than Joe Garagiola. Who
wasn't unfunny, Joe Garagiola.
There's not, humorist.
It's a tough one.
Is a tough one to pull off long term. And but I remember there was one I particularly liked called Dave Barry Slept Here, which was just like a history. It was, it's like, one level up from Mad Magazine humor, but at least it's one level up,
Is he also in that? Is he also in one of the rock bands?
I think he is. I think
he's in the Stephen King one.
I think he might be in the something Remainders or whatever there.
I'm not against band. Obviously,
the truth is he's just so fucking white that you just kind of have to move away after a while.
But not like Irma Bombeck. I don't know. Maybe Irma Bombeck was good.
It's not. I mean, it's not quite as homespun as that, but it's not better. You know
what also is bad was Stephen King's writing style as a reviewer,
which I never dipped into.
Yeah, it's like an Entertainment Weekly he would do. He's like, check this out. Uncle Stevie thinks you'll like it, or something like that.
Okay. I didn't do a lot of Stephen King reading in general.
Me neither.
I did like Stand By Me.
I like Stand By Me. That's the only one I liked. And the other one.
Did you read it or just see the movie?
Just saw the movie, so it doesn't even count. And the one where he with James Caan is such a great movie.
Yeah, Misery. Is great. Yeah.
Did you read both those books?
And The Shining is a great movie.
Yes. But I don't think he liked it. I mean, aren't those different from... Who cares? Just go on. I'm just going to start putting him
Redemption,
down.
another good movie.
Yeah, why don't we love him more? We love Steve. I like him as a person.
Seth Dick III says Mama Dick III is watching a lot of Amazon Prime, and not just for the weird...
She's not watching Amazon Prime.
She's not just for the weird 9/11 docs. She watched Gigi Does It and saw Josh in the credits. And
Ooh.
Mama Dick III loved Barry Bostwick and remembers if he goes by BB. Does David Krumholtz go by Crummy? Mama Dick III loves her nicknames.
She really does.
I think David Krumholtz actually does go by Crummy to some.
That's cool. And you know him.
I do. And yes, Gigi Does It was, I consulted on that show.
And what is that?
It was a show on the same one Maron was on, IFC.
Oh, okay. And he wrote it, right? Is that the one he wrote?
He starred in Drag as a 70-some-year-old Jewish woman.
Too soon? Was it one of those things that was too soon after the trans thing got going?
No, not really. It just there just wasn't enough money.
Right.
That was the biggest thing. For example, I worked as a consultant because they couldn't afford me as a writer. So I couldn't really write. Yeah. I could just sit there and go, I don't know if you have enough money to shoot that.
Wow.
But it was co-created by my friend Ricky Maybe, who listens to our show, and the best thing to come out of that experience was becoming friends with Ricky.
Wow. I like that. And also, David's cool. David, I love when he sings. What's that song he sings on the slums of, next to Beverly Hill, whatever it is?
The slums of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, and he's singing some, it's just so great. Okay, just stop me. He's in that movie, right?
He is.
Oh, I'm so stupid.
With Alan Arkin.
Such a great movie.
Barry Golop, my man.
Hi, Barry.
Says, Andy was just asking about the GameStop stock situation. Please explain as James Earl Jones. Just kidding. Annotated MST says, describe the last meal you ate using only song titles. For example, Yummy, Yummy, Yummy would be one I'd use. What are some others?
Is there anything we win?
I don't know.
Okay.
The last meal I ate? There's a perfect song for that. Zatarans, red beans, and rice with some andouille sausage.
You made that song up, right?
No, it's Jerry Vale, actually.
Oh! Hey, I call that a deep cut. I had yogurt with fruit.
I haven't
what do you got for me?
I haven't eaten yet today, so.
What do you got for me?
I did. I told you mine.
No, for me.
Oh, your song?
That's not fair. Yogurt. No, can't do it. I will never be on a game show because I would never win, and I would blow it.
Yeah, you could sabotage people though.
That's true. I'm trying to think of a song which
that was one of my favorite moments when Dave Higgins was on Jeopardy.
What happened?
Was when he got one. He got one wrong. He didn't phrase it in the form of a question, so he answered elm tree, and Alex is like no, and one of the other contestants rings in and goes, "What is elm tree?" And Alex goes, "No," and David chuckles really hard.
Oh, because the answer was just wrong, right?
Yes.
What is elm tree? Oh, that's good stuff. Well, so that's a good thing to be on. He was on that show back then during the
years ago, like in the 80s,
when he was on Ellen. I'm sure.
No, way before that.
Oh,
it wasn't Celebrity Jeopardy.
Oh, he was on literally Jeopardy.
Yes.
How did he do?
Not so good.
Is he good with information? Because it's hard to even get on that show.
Oh, he's one of the great know-it-alls of all time, which is why it was kind of why it was sort of funny that he didn't do that. And he loved giving people shit, so it was sort of a boon for a lot of people.
I thought you were going to say when someone picked Will Durst as a phone the friend, and he gave the wrong answer. And
I remember that now, yeah.
I could never live that down. Never.
Brian says, Ain't Got the Tears to Cry is a killer track. Your sister's voice is really natural, and you can feel the sadness in a beautiful way. Did you two have a name for this recording project? Also, did you ever play for / collaborate with your sister on your songs? Karen?
Well, she collaborated on all the songs that I thought at the time were good. The name of that song is I'm Hurting. The name of that song. And it goes into another song, which is called Too Much a Burden, which I think she also wrote, and I might include it because I think I sing on it, and it's a little embarrassing. So I think it could be fun. And it's not a great song, but what was the end of that question?
I think you covered them all. Oh, was there a name for the recording project?
Yeah, I'm Hurting. Oh, I think it was called Super Sessions.
Yeah.
What did they call that when they were all members of a superstar group?
Supergroup, we call that.
Supergroup.
Yeah.
I think I named a specific album. Super Sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Superfluous?
No, it was like maybe with Mike Bloomfield or something.
Yeah. Greg Kelly says, I'd like to ask Ted Koppel and ask James Mason to explain how this whole GameStop foo-for-all works. Ha ha, we dodged another bullet.
Why'd you dodge a bullet?
Because I've already explained it.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Super Session was an album by Al Kooper, Mike Bloomfield, and Stephen Stills.
Wow, that sounds awful.
Hey, it was good or something. I can't defend it yet. I'll listen to it and defend it next week.
All right. Wookie Talkie says, what frivolous song would you like to hear Cat Stevens sing earnestly? Do you have a request, Andy?
I wouldn't mind him singing Cats in the Cradle.
That's going to be hard to get.
That's a hard one, right?
It's going to be hard to get out of the other impression. Yeah.
All right, so should I pick another one?
Yeah, don't pick another earnest singer. It has to be a frivolous song.
It has to be a frivolous song. Sugar by the Archies.
Sugar. Oh, honey, honey. That's kind of more Neil Diamond.
That's hard. It's hard that way.
You are my candy girl, and you got me watching you.
I think you're the only person who has pointed out the affliction that Cat Stevens has.
What's that?
The whole, you can't keep it in.
No, I can keep it in. I can't keep it in. I gotta let it out. I got so much to say. Say what you mean what you're thinking, and think everything. So why?
Now sing it 30 years later.
I got so much to say. Say what you mean what they're thinking, and think everything. So why?
Kat, I have bad news. That album where you did the old songs, for some reason, I think people like the original versions better.
Huh. They don't like the wisdom I bring to it?
It just sounds like you don't care about the songs anymore. Like,
no, well, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I guess that's why Allah rolled his eyes at me.
I still wanted to write music, but Allah, he had other ideas.
Yes. Jordy says, on my most recent rewatch of The Fiddling Horse, wow. That implies there's more than one rewatch, first of all.
I find that hard to believe.
I was impressed with the billiard chops of J. Elvis Weinstein. Would you be able to beat Andy Kindler at 8 ball, best 3 out of 5? And could you beat Rolf Cramden? I have to
You could beat
say,
me. You could beat me.
I could beat Andy.
One
yes.
out of one.
I believe I could beat Andy because
you might not be
my
able to beat
recollection
Jackie.
is that I had to show you how to use your hand for the bridge in the movie.
No, that was for masturbating.
Oh, but I have to say that was kind of the only movie fantasy that I had fulfilled in that movie in terms of like things I want to do on screen.
Yeah, and you looked good.
Like I want, like shooting pool on screen. That was a big thing for me. And I one-taked it with my shots, which I was very happy with.
It was excellent, and I'm glad that we avoided the rest of the scene, which was supposed to be me.
Trying to
was I
hustle
making
me.
shots?
You were trying to hustle me, and yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So yeah,
Jackie Gleason, no, though. I think Jack Gleason was. I mean, you're a good player, but
yeah, no, I
also
could
Jackie
not.
Gleason
I mean, I might
was
be able to beat Ralph Cramden, but I couldn't beat Jackie Gleason.
Ooh,
But probably not.
Harvey. How about Harvey? That's the episode with Harvey.
Yeah.
He goes, Harvey, and then Norton keeps making fun of him and gets Ralph into a fight.
And does Ralph play well in the episode?
No, because it happens right at the beginning.
Okay.
It's like right at the beginning. Oh, well, then tell
But
your
it is.
friend.
But it is. I mean, Gleason as Minnesota Fats is absolutely the coolness that I fantasized about when I had a pool shooting scene.
Yeah. I always fantasize just about hanging out with Jackie Gleason for one night. That had to be fun.
Shoot pool fast, Eddie. I am shooting pool, fat man, and when I'm done, it'll be your turn.
But now I don't know if Paul Newman was a good pool player. He probably was okay.
I think he was
a good
yeah.
athlete.
Yeah. I mean, he made 2 movies where he had to play, so.
Yeah, same.
Victor Del Mar says, do you own a laser? Sorry, he says. It's pronounced Space Lazar.
Space Lazar. Watch out. I'll use my Space Lazar on you.
Van.
Godzilla.
Van says, I heard you guys talking about Paul Simon on the last show. What's your favorite Paul Simon song? And do you listen to modern musicians as well? I could have said it more sarcastically. And do you listen to modern musicians as well?
How do you answer a question like that?
I don't know what my favorite Paul Simon song is. That shifts around, but I love Graceland, the album. Yep. Real Hard, I love that. I love my intro to all of it was Simon and Garfunkel concert in Central Park.
Oh, such a great show.
That was really where I got on board with all of it.
There's a song, I mean, I loved everything. I'm a fanatic. But there's a song called American Tune, which I think is one of my favorite songs. You've heard that one, right, Josh?
Many is the time I've been mistaken, and many times confused.
Yeah, that's such a great song. And I've often felt forsaken,
and certainly misused.
Now, you start higher, because I can sing every Paul Simon song.
All right. It's all right.
Right.
I was singing the Art Garfunkel singing it in Central Park version.
Oh, though I'm weary to my bones. Such a great lyrics. I mean, I loved all of his lyrics, but he wasn't crazy about his early lyrics because I think he thinks he was being, a little pretentious, but I loved it, a desultory Philippic. When you're a kid, you never heard any of these words.
Yeah.
I've
been Norman Mailored, Maxwell Tailored. I've been John O'Hara, McNamara.
Bookends might be my favorite.
I've been Rolling Stone and Beatle till I'm blind. I've been Ayn Randed, nearly branded a communist 'cause I'm left-handed, but that's the hand I use. Well, never mind.
Oh, I didn't even know that he was making a dick joke.
He was.
I can't believe, because it was so 60s well executed.
He was making fun of Bob Dylan and doing a dick joke. It was a kind of a big sweep.
I don't think Bob Dylan probably liked that song.
I wouldn't think so. When he says Dylan, he thinks we mean Dylan Thomas, whoever he was.
The man ain't got
The
no.
man ain't got no culture. But it's all right, Ma. Everybody must get stoned.
It is such a. I just don't. I love Paul Simon, but I just can't see him saying that Bob. I guess I would have been. I get it. I get it from both sides.
Yeah, I mean, if you were a competitive Jew in the, 60s folk scene and this fucking guy comes along.
And especially he had to deal with Albert Grossman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lost my harmonica.
I dropped my harmonica, Albert.
But I bet it's also true that Dylan and Paul Simon never spent any time together. You know what I mean? They were not in any, because I can't see.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to see them sharing air.
Yeah.
Here's a fun footnote. He was living. Simon was living in the same boarding house as Michael DeBar's first wife in London, and then went back to America because Sound of Silence had become a hit after it got electrified.
Wow. Which people should know they didn't want it to be electrified.
Yes. Stephen Elton Yates says, in numerical analysis, the Runge-Kutta methods are a family of implicit and explicit iterative methods, which include the well-known routine called the Euler method.
Sure.
Favorite childhood toy or cool toy you never got?
Give a show projector.
Yeah?
But only when I was a very small child. And then electric football.
Vibrating?
Vibrating.
Okay.
So I think I might have enjoyed something. I never played video games, and maybe I would have enjoyed some kind of a sophisticated football game back then.
You for sure would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'd have to say the most, when I look back, it's once the video game era started, that was always probably my favorite. You know, we had a Pong game, and then I had Atari, and then I had Intellivision.
That must have been fun. That must have been really fun.
Yeah, it was something to always do.
That's like me getting television, I think it was like, for you.
I don't know. I was pretty enthralled with television to begin with.
Yeah, but you never didn't have it.
That's true.
What am I saying? Am I saying I'm old? I don't know what I'm saying.
Are you really old enough to remember your first television in the house?
Oh yeah, because I remember my first color. I think I told you we were so excited, and I kept staying awake at night thinking that was the night. But we got it later than most of our neighbors.
Yeah.
But yes, I remember not having. There must have been a black and no. I remember. I don't remember not ever having a black and white TV.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yes.
I mean, I literally remember our first color TV.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The color TV. Why am I even on the show?
I remember specifically because my dad had bartered for it with a client, as he was wont to do.
Man.
Like he was representing someone's appliance store as a lawyer.
That's so great.
So he came home with a color TV, and sometimes he'd come home with a microwave, or I've told you about the cheese store that we used to go visit once a week because my dad had bartered a cheese account.
I don't remember you telling me that. So you could go and you could pile up on stuff?
Pretty much, yeah. But he loved it. I think he bartered with our dentist for professional services, and
that's so great.
He just loved that sort of small town country lawyer thing. He just had this sort of perverse thing about it. I mean, as he got more established and joined bigger firms, that went out the window. But when he was first starting, that was kind of how he liked to do business.
That's so cool. Being a lawyer has always, that job has gone back almost forever in one form or another, right?
A long way, certainly.
Long way. Thanks, Andy. That you really
I don't have the actual stats.
Yeah, I was just. No, I think if you introduce something like that, you should have your own fact.
Yeah, maybe.
I just found out that in early Greece,
it's the world's second oldest profession because they had to get the first oldest profession out of the can.
We can't even deliver anything that's remotely familiar without giving it some mustard.
Well, yeah, because otherwise the other person will bust the other one for trying it sincerely.
Yeah, exactly.
Stephen Elton Yates says, request Please play some Alison McLeod music in the interstices. Thank you for the weekly uplift.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, you know what? Thankfully, I do that last. So your wish is going to be granted before this question even appears in this show.
Ooh. You, Mr.
And you can check out Allison's other music at Alison McLeod Bandcamp. MACLEOD.
This is going to be like someone thinks that they asked and the genie delivered.
That's right. Mark Thompson says, I can't believe we're this close to Test Show 200. I imagine it'll be quite the production. Have you booked the Rockettes yet?
I can't believe that. You know, that's the first time I thought of that. I'm sure you have thought of it before.
I have.
200.
It's a lot.
Wow. I can't wait. Well, no, but there will be nothing probably. Well, we don't know. We never know.
It's not just like 200 Writer's Almanac episodes. This is long shit we're doing here.
I'm impressed.
All right. I'll put you in charge of observing the 200th episode. How about that?
I'm going to start thinking about it now.
All right, good. Dana Schwartz is here to say, Andy, when you said last week that lots of people on Twitter were replying to you, oh, no, 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 no. When you're saying that there were you saying that there was more than just me, or did I make a big impression?
I think there was, I think a couple of people have, or 2 to 3 people have referenced it in one way or another.
All right.
In response to some kind of tweet where in the tweet, you'd have to listen to the show to know that I'm insulting myself.
Right. Chaotic Neutral says the Dunning-Kruger effect says that people can be so bad at something that they don't realize just how lousy they are. I used to think I understood it. Now I'm not so sure. Andy, got any unworkable jokes you just can't drop? Josh, same question, but with the BTK killer.
Chaotic Neutral is starting his own, what do you call that? Catchphrase.
Yes.
I got lost in the middle of that question, not because of the question, but because there was a 2-parter to it.
Jokes that don't work that you haven't dropped.
Oh.
Like which half hour are you going to cite?
That's cruel. I think I've dropped every joke that doesn't work unless it's a joke for 2 people and I don't care.
Right.
But I would hope that I wouldn't hope that I would, I don't want to mention their names, but Doug Benson, he's repeated a lot of his jokes for many, many years. Okay.
All right.
Josh, just keep it between me and you and the podcast.
Well, you know how much.
He's very funny.
You know how much I'd love to step in and defend him.
But he's a funny guy. But there are some people who don't have any compunction about not doing the same material.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't do much stand-up anyway, but.
All right.
Yeah. Like, who did Tom Dreesen? My ex-wife, or should I call her the plaintiff? He does that. He still does that.
Yeah. M. Ledsome says she sends a clip of a promo for a James Mason movie called Child's Play from 1973. She says, James Mason played Chucky? What's next? Which horror monster villain would you play?
Is that for you?
I think it's for both.
I would be Dracula. So I'm here to suck your blood. Show me your neck, M. Ledsome. Show me your neck, and I will use my fangs to extract your blood.
Is that Balky from Perfect Strangers? What is that?
Or do you like this one?
A little more ballpark.
That's all I got.
That's Dracula constipated. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, people. What do you got? You got more range.
No, I'm going to totally edit in on you laughing at that. I think that's all we got. Let's take a quick look.
This time has been fun. I've enjoyed it. I kept my focus. I give myself. It's about 80%.
You did good. You did good. He's about you're at, like I said yesterday. You're at Carl Reiner levels this week. AJ the janitor says, I'm watching the Tammy show and loving it. Do you think that Andy will remember what it is if Paul Lind explains it?
That's hilarious. I would never try to stoop to explaining things to a Jew.
I forgot that he hated the Jews. What's the Tammy show?
See, that's disgusting that you don't remember. It was a very famous film about the very popular music scene in the 1960s. Don't you remember, Jew?
What?
I said, don't you remember, Jew?
Not Bye Bye Birdie?
No. Don't be disgusting.
Every time you do the Paul Lind thing, it's... No. I went to the cabana.
Mm-hmm. I can only do it when he's laughing.
Hey, if you want to support this madness, go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral and buy us some mad coffee. Andy's got an album called Hence the Humor that's still available. I've got a documentary called Michael Day Bar, Who Do You Want Me to Be, still prime for your watching. Alex Brazell is the producer of the show. I feel like I should say that every 3 years or so.
Oh.
And how are you going to hang up on me this weekend?
Well, no, this is not a hang up, but I do have some.
I have a feeling.
No, I swear to God, Josh. Jesus. Jesus, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Now you're on the hot seat.
Come on, buddy. You know I'm cool.
Uh-huh.
No, I have I'm writing a book about psychological problems.
Uh-huh. And are they hang-ups?